Hey. Tali, can you post this this group in our CBS members only, please?
Okay.
Okay. All right. Hey, Miss Chantel, how you doing today?
I'm doing good, thank you. How are you?
Hey, blessed and highly favored. um, yeah, so give people a couple minutes. You got any questions? Anybody got any questions, anything before we kind of begin this journey of ours? Let me see. Got any questions or anything, Miss Chantel? Before we start this. Can y'all see my screen?
Yes, no questions.
Okay, all right. So let me go my history. Thank y'all for joining. We gonna actually just check out a short, it's kind of long, but we're just gonna watch the beginning of it, just like a couple minutes of it. It's basically speaking about the laws of attraction. Also, welcome to Mindset Monday. I want to thank y'all for joining. We just do this to where you get your week started. We bring like videos and topics and stuff just about helping. Like, and this is about laws of attractions, and just listening to things that change your mindset when you see how the world works in bettering yourself, bettering your psychology and your mind state, you know. All right. If no further ado, let me see. Can y'all tell me if y'all hear this? Can y'all hear it?
No.
I can't.
Okay. All right, hold on. Let me go to my main screen and share sound. Okay, that should work.
And How to Play It by Florence Scovel Shinn.
Is that better?
Chapter 1. The Game. Most people consider life a battle, but it is not a battle. It is a game.
Can y'all hear it? Did you hear it playing?
Yeah, we care.
It is a
Okay.
game, however, which cannot be played successfully without the knowledge of spiritual law, and the Old and the New Testaments give the rules of the game with wonderful clearness. Jesus Christ taught that it was a great game of giving and receiving. Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. This means that whatever man sends out in word or deed will return to him. What he gives, he will receive. If he gives hate, he will receive hate. If he gives love, he will receive love. If he gives criticism, he will receive criticism. If he lies, he will be lied to. If he cheats, he will be cheated. We are taught also that the imaging faculty plays a leading part in the game of life. Keep thy heart, or imagination, with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. Proverbs chapter 4, verse 23. This means that what man images, sooner or later externalizes in his affairs. I know of a man who feared a certain disease. It was a very rare disease and difficult to get, but he pictured it continually and read about it until it manifested in his body. And he died, the victim of distorted imagination. So we see, to play successfully the game of life, we must train the imaging faculty. A person with an imaging faculty trained to image only good brings into his life every righteous desire of his heart. Health, wealth, love, friends, perfect self-expression, his highest ideals. The imagination has been called the scissors of the mind, and it is ever cutting, day by day, the pictures man sees there, and sooner or later he meets his own creations in his outer world. To train the imagination successfully, man must understand the workings of his mind. The Greeks said, "Know thyself." There are 3 departments of the mind: the subconscious, conscious, and superconscious. The subconscious is simply power without direction. It is like steam or electricity. and it does what it is directed to do. It has no power of induction. Whatever man feels deeply or images clearly is impressed upon the subconscious mind and carried out in minutest detail. For example, a woman I know, when a child, always made believe she was a widow. She dressed up in black clothes and wore a long black veil, and people thought she was very clever and amusing. She grew up and married a man with whom she was deeply in love. In a short time, he died, and she wore black and a sweeping veil for many years. The picture of herself as a widow was impressed upon the subconscious mind, and in due time worked itself out, regardless of the havoc created. The conscious mind has been called mortal or carnal mind. It is the human mind and sees life as it appears to be. It sees death, disaster, sickness, poverty, and limitation of every kind, and it impresses the subconscious. The superconscious mind is the God mind within each man and is the realm of perfect ideas. In it is the perfect pattern spoken of by Plato, the divine design. For there is a divine design for each person. There is a place that you are to fill, and no one else can fill, something you are to do, which no one else can do. There is a perfect picture of this in the superconscious mind. It usually flashes across the conscious as an unattainable ideal, something too good to be true. In reality, it is man's true destiny or destination flashed to him from the infinite intelligence which is within himself. Many people, however, are in ignorance of their true destinies and are striving for things and situations which do not belong to them, and would only bring failure and dissatisfaction if attained. For example, a woman came to me and asked me to speak the word that she would marry a certain man with whom she was very much in love. She called him A.B. I replied that this would be a violation of spiritual law, but that I would speak the word for the right man, the divine selection, the man who belonged to her by divine right. I added, if A.B. is the right man, you can't lose him, and if he isn't, you will receive his equivalent. She saw A.B. frequently, but no headway was made in their friendship. One evening she called and said, "Do you know, for the last week, A.B. hasn't seemed so wonderful to me?" I replied, "Maybe he is not the divine selection. Another man may be the right one." Soon after that, she met another man who fell in love with her at once, and who said she was his ideal. In fact, he said all the things that she had always wished A.B. would say to her. She remarked, it was quite uncanny. She soon returned his love and lost all interest in A.B. This shows the law of substitution. A right idea was substituted for a wrong one. Therefore, there was no loss or sacrifice involved. Jesus Christ said, "Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you." And he said the kingdom was within man. The kingdom is the realm of right ideas, or the divine pattern. Jesus Christ taught that man's words played a leading part in the game of life. By your words ye are justified, and by your words ye are condemned. Many people have brought disaster into their lives through idle words. For example, a woman once asked me why her life was now one of poverty, of limitation. Formerly, she had a home, was surrounded by beautiful things, and had often tired of the management of her home, and had said repeatedly, "I'm sick and tired of things. I wish I lived in a trunk." And she added, "Today I am living in that trunk." She had spoken herself into a trunk. The subconscious mind has no sense of humor, and people often joke themselves into unhappy experiences. For example, a woman who had a great deal of money joked continually about getting ready for the poorhouse. In a few years, she was almost destitute, having impressed the subconscious mind with a picture of lack and limitation. Fortunately, the law works both ways, and a situation of lack may be changed to one of plenty. For example, a woman came to me one hot summer's day for a treatment for prosperity. She was worn out, dejected, and discouraged. She said she possessed just $8 in the world. I said, "Good. We'll bless the $8 and multiply them as Jesus Christ multiplied the loaves and fishes. For he taught that every man had the power to bless and to multiply, to heal and to prosper." She said, "What shall I do next?" I replied, "Follow intuition. Have you a hunch to do anything or to go anywhere?" Intuition means intuition, or to be taught from within. It is man's unerring guide, and I will deal more fully with its laws in a following chapter. The woman replied, "I don't know. I seem to have a hunch to go home. I've just enough money for car fare." Her home was in a distant city and was one of lack and limitation, and the reasoning mind, or intellect, would have said, "Stay in New York and get work and make some money." I replied, "Then go home. Never violate a hunch." I spoke the following words for her. Infinite Spirit, open the way for great abundance, for she is an irresistible magnet for all that belongs to her by divine right. I told her to repeat it continually also. She left for home immediately. In calling on a woman one day, she linked up with an old friend of her family. Through this friend, she received thousands of dollars in a most miraculous way. She has said to me often, "Tell people about the woman who came to you with $8 and a hunch." There is always plenty on man's pathway, but it can only be brought into manifestation through desire, faith, or the spoken word. Jesus Christ brought out clearly that man must make the first move. Ask, and it shall be given you. Seek, and ye shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened unto you. Matthew chapter 7, verse 7. In the Scriptures we read, "Concerning the works of my hands, command ye me." Infinite intelligence. God is ever ready to carry out man's smallest or greatest demands. Every desire, uttered or unexpressed, is a demand. We are often startled by having a wish suddenly fulfilled. For example, one Easter, having seen many beautiful rose trees in the florist's windows, I wished I would receive one, and for an instant saw it mentally being carried in the door. Easter came, and with it a beautiful rose tree. I thanked my friend the following day and told her it was just what I had wanted. She replied, "I didn't send you a rose tree. I sent you lilies." The man had mixed the order and sent me a rose tree simply because I had started the law in action, and I had to have a rose tree. Nothing stands between man and his highest ideals and every desire of his heart but doubt and fear. When man can wish without worrying, every desire will be instantly fulfilled. I will explain more fully in a following chapter the scientific reason for this, and fear must be erased from the consciousness. It is man's only enemy. Fear of lack, fear of failure, fear of sickness, fear of loss, and a feeling of insecurity on some plane. Jesus Christ said, "Why are ye fearful, O ye of little faith?" Matthew chapter 8, verse 26. So we can see we must substitute faith for fear is only inverted faith. It is faith in evil instead of good. The object of the game of life is to see clearly one's good and to obliterate all mental pictures of evil. This must be done by impressing the subconscious mind with a realization of good. A very brilliant man who has attained great success told me he had suddenly erased all fear from his consciousness by reading a sign which hung in a room. He saw printed in large letters this statement: "Why worry? It will probably never happen." These words were stamped indelibly upon his subconscious mind, and he has now a firm conviction that only good can come into his life, Therefore, only good can manifest. In the following chapter, I will deal with the different methods of impressing the subconscious mind. It is man's faithful servant, but one must be careful to give it the right orders. Man has ever a silent listener at his side, his subconscious mind. Every thought, every word is impressed upon it and carried out in amazing detail. It is like a singer making a record on the sensitive disc of the phonographic plate. Every note and tone of the singer's voice is registered. If he coughs or hesitates, it is registered also. So let us break all the old bad records in the subconscious mind, the records of our lives which we do not wish to keep, and make new and beautiful ones. Speak these words aloud with power and conviction. I now smash and demolish, by my spoken word, every untrue record in my subconscious mind. They shall return to the dust heap of their native nothingness, for they came from my own vain imaginings. I now make my perfect records through the Christ within. The records of health, wealth, love, and perfect self-expression. This is the square of life, the game completed. In the following chapters, I will show how man can change his conditions by changing his words. Any man who does not know the power of the word is behind the times. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. Proverbs chapter 18, verse 21. Chapter 2, the law.
All right, guys. That was chapter 1. Thank y'all so much for joining. Any questions or anything before we get off of here? Nice, short, and simple, and sweet. Hold on. Yeah, so basically that's nothing but our first expert in, our Mindset Monday. And this is just based on, on helping and building our mindset. So that's with daily affirmations, that's with, you might yoga, you know what I'm saying, stretching, eating right, just all things that can build us, not just financially, but on a mindset, mental, spiritual, and physical, all the above. And that's what I kind of want to show you guys, because it's true. What you manifest is powerful, and what you say is powerful. And I learned some stuff from this, where he was like, people, even jokes are real. And I used to always say that. I always say that. I'd be like, look, every joke got some truth, and he just showed you a joke is the same as manifesting something. Even though you playing with it, you still speaking it. You see? So, I mean, that's big. And since I've been really watching and listening and checking this guy out, checking out other people, looking up on the topic, like it's a change. It's a change. Like you want to eat better. You want to, you know what I'm saying? You want to just do better on all planes, and I spoke with the team a little earlier here. We had a conference call. We were just talking, kicking around ideas. And I told them like, look, my vision and your imagination is only so far as you allow it. So if you can only imagine yourself in a house, buying a house, dog, kids, and maybe buying your mom a house, but that's as far as your imagination goes. You're limiting what you can do. You see what I'm saying? Like Bill Gates, these people that are so high up, they ain't just imagine that they was gonna graduate and then get a nice car. No, they imagined they were gonna really change the world. And eh, some people imagine it for the bad. They get it and they do wrong, but it's just as far as you can push your subconscious mind. And that's where I'm at with it, to the point where I'm like, look, we can think as big as possible. We can think to where we buying us acres and acres. And as a team, we coming in and you can have your own stuff. You got your own supermarket where your people, your friends, your family, any color, any race, and we all coming together on one term. It's not about, oh, let me sell you this food and this vegetable because it's cheaper, but I know they spraying pesticides on it. So why not own a share in your own vegetable store, your own farm? See what I'm saying? When it ain't, you ain't got to go to the supermarket. You can walk to the farm down the road and get your vegetables from right there. You know what I'm saying? So it's just all about all of us coming together. We understand. And another thing what that video taught me was, he said something like, if you manifest and only see the bad in some people, that's all that's going to push out. But if you look at every person and say it's impossible for you to harm me mentally, spiritually, not physically, some people just ain't got them all. So, just stay away from that person. But on every other aspect, if you manifest that everybody in your life is God sent, and the ones that aren't, you still can benefit from them. You still can, it'll manifest into the right path if you change that. We are the controllers of our destiny. Everything is written, but we are able to have our free will. And that will is very powerful, guys. So I really want to just touch on that for this Monday. We gotta get ready for this auto BTC call later. And that's it, guys. I just want to, have these schedules out, make sure this thing's professional, and also make sure we all come and talk and speak freely, and, just really learn something more than how to fund your account in Bitcoin, or how to, what I'm saying, do it, what I'm saying, learn something that will last a lifetime. This is an eternal thing. We on a eternal journey, because our subconscious mind, that mind, it goes on, it moves, it builds. And I know in one of the chapters later on, you guys, he said something like, he was like, your subconscious mind is immortal, because when it goes, your ultimate disbelief of what you believe your piece is, your mind manifests. See what I'm saying? And it's nothing but a higher being, higher creator that gives us this. It gives us this subconsciousness. Animals don't have it. They have a awareness, but they don't have that spirit to where it's they don't have, they can't control that inner being. We consciously can sense that inner being. So that's a beautiful thing. And the more you guys, look it up yourself. Look up Third Hour. Look up, on YouTube. Look up your spiritual conscience, or subconscious mind. It's millions of different type of teachings on this thing, but it's all wrapped around the same basics, which is you are an inner being that is conscious. You have a conscious knowing that you're in a world, you know what I'm saying? And we all was nothing, then was here. See what I'm saying? So that should be enough right there to give you that drive to go out and chase what you want, and expand your beliefs and expand your imagination. And that's how I'd be like. And y'all, I know a lot of people be like, oh, just all over the place. No, it's all coming together. Y'all see, we got a schedule now. We got like I'm expanding on the backside, with a lot of our team working with real estate and stuff. And I ain't even told the team yet, but we doing it, and we getting it together where the team can come join. See what I'm saying? So why is there something that should hold us back? There should be nothing. Only thing that can hold us back is fear of something new, disbelief. We got it all together, if we keep speaking it to existence. That's why when I get on, I speak ahead of time. And if I do make a mistake and say, oh, I got a headache, I got a stomach ache, I catch myself. I'm like, no, I don't. So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling better than I ever felt. You know what I'm saying? You say something gonna be hard, catch yourself. Nah, this ain't gonna be hard. Let me knock this out real quick. It's gonna take 2 seconds. See what I'm saying? Just catch yourself, and then you'll get in the groove of catching yourself because that's how I stopped cussing. Unless I'm real mad, but I stopped cursing because it took me about a year or two. I had to catch my every time I said, oh, okay. Now it's like, I refrain from that type of speech, you know. And that's just, it's all about training yourself. So people train themselves for health, physicalness, they doing push-up, they doing all this, but can you train yourself in your subconscious mind? Imagine the power of that. That's what a lot of these billionaires, trillionaires, that's what they doing. They've trained themselves, and they envision this amazing wealth. Now with the wealth comes problem. It does. Money is the root of all evil. So if that money is what's driving your imagination, and that's your only goal, and you didn't change on the way, oh yeah, then it's destruction comes after that. You know, and we've seen that countless times in history. You know, um, but it is amazing new type of, I look at it as a new mindset and a new plane. You talking about out of body experience type stuff. So that's the level I'm going for, and I want all of us to shoot for. Y'all can teach me stuff, I can teach y'all stuff, and we can learn from each other. you know. So, I mean, that's my spiel. I'm not gonna have this long. I'm gonna keep it right there at like 30 minutes. What we'll do next Mindset Monday, I guess play the second chapter. That I like that. It's like a whole book that he give us, and that's some powerful stuff, y'all. I kind of went through it and checked out some of it before bringing it to y'all. And man, it puts you on a whole new mindset, and that's what this is about, you know. Um, so if there's no other questions, what I'll do, I'll go ahead and post this to our group and stuff, just to build it up, guys. And things are going good. On an update tip, Bismarck is doing good. If you're not in there, make sure you send me inbox me or whatnot. We're also on a new platform, and this is something we've been doing behind the scenes. I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys, if you check on my YouTube, you checked it out. But Top Toast, that's our new platform, and we're actually projected. We did the numbers. A lot of people have crunched the numbers, and $2,000 turns into $1 million in 2 months. And what have I been manifesting? What have we been manifesting, guys? Since we've been on this thing, since we made that co-op 50/50 Millionaires 2021 group. You see what I'm saying? We've been manifesting this. The whole team, we all believe it. We see it. We seeing it move, so that's where we at with it right now. So that should speak wonders to you guys, because it did to me. I'm like, shoot. And now this manifesting stuff coming into place, and we already had our group created, like way earlier this year, So that's definitely something big. And that just shows that we on track, and we gave it June. We said June, and this new Top Toast company, 2 months. That's June, guys. We talking about multi-millionaires, because it ain't just me that's put in the money. You know what I'm saying? So we already on point with it. And the main thing, guess what we doing also? We not just put money in the Top Toast. We put money in the Bismarck. We sponsoring people under you guys that are already in Bismarck. We done got like 100 people in Bismarck in the past couple of days, and we still adding. So we talking about daily growth, guys. So a lot of people, I just want to tell y'all, hang in there. Hang in there. Let's really get it moving. And this is my Top Toast. And it's moving. It's looking pretty good, and we can continue to grow, guys. This is a team effort. You see, active deposits. I can show you guys the home page and show you how this company works. Just a little simple overview. $2,000. You just type in how much you want to put. That $2,000 makes you $240 a day. What you do is, when you get that $240, you take it and you put it in the company. See what I'm saying? That's called compounding. So instead of making $72,000 a month off of our $2,000, we compounding it. So we'll make up to $500,000, 500,000. So we're going to turn that. So basically, what compounding is, we're taking that 72,000 and we're just investing it daily at $240. So once that month hit, your investments will add up to $500,000, guys. You see what I'm saying? So it's amazing, and I just want to say I'm happy y'all on this ride. Yeah, I got you, Miss Lister. I'll send you your information for Bismarck. But if anybody got any questions or not, I'm going to go ahead and post this and get this thing in motion, guys. And I just want to say thank you so much for joining on this spiritual, mind-blowing, subconscious journey. All right. Any other questions or comments before we get off here, guys? I'll share this video also so we can have it.
Were we doing the CBS Zoom next?
Yeah. So we'll get on the CBS Zoom here shortly after I get this recording. Very good.
Okay.
Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Have a blessed one. Peace.